Welcome back. It's time for Business News Now. We turn our attention to Mike Epple standing by right over here. Mike, good morning to you.
Hello. Good morning. How are you?
Good. You know what? I'm not going to lie. I was a bit surprised by this big Greyhound announcement yesterday. Were you?
Well, look. Well, yes and no. First off, Greyhound's been shrinking in this country for the past couple of years. They cut routes in Western Canada, Northern Ontario. They've effectively been shut down by the COVID travel restrictions, so no one was taking the bus. But at the same time, when things do reopen, then what? A lot of people still relied on Greyhound for intercity bus travel. I mean, back in the day, I used to take it, from Woodstock up to Toronto when I was in university. So, I mean, there's some memories.
Everyone has memories, yeah.
Exactly, right? But the point is, the whole talk has been about, lowering the carbon footprint, getting cars off the road. How do you do that? Well, with buses and trains. So was this a missed opportunity for, the federal government to step up and keep this company alive to some extent? Have they been investing in buses, in via rail, which is still, using 1990s technology, for goodness sakes. So, there's going to be a vacuum here at some point. Maybe some other private companies will step in once people begin traveling city to city more so than they have been doing in recent months.
Absolutely. It was cost effective as well. So when we talk about it being back in the university, it was availability and also it wasn't expensive.
But it runs on, it operates via fares, and if you don't have passengers, then
what do you do?
You're gonna need some help.
All right, here's who does not need help, and that is Amazon. They continue to boom. They continue to hire.
75,000 jobs announced for North America, Canada included, obviously, in that. And they've been talking about building distribution plants and logistics services. So Amazon has the help wanted sign out. And just this morning, they announced 10,000 jobs in the UK. Right now, though, in the States, Melanie, Amazon is offering hiring bonuses. They're having actually trouble finding work. And that's been sort of a refrain we've heard from other big companies. McDonald's yesterday announced they're raising some of their wage scale scenarios just to attract some workers. So certain sectors are doing very well, but actually at the same time having a hard time finding some employees.
Interesting. Okay, the cannabis industry, which I think a lot of people would have predicted is booming right now, not so much.
No, and you know what? When this whole thing was launched a few years back, it was supposed to be the gold rush, the boom time in cannabis sales once it was legalized, and it just hasn't turned out that way. Aurora Cannabis this morning announcing that it lost $165 million on sales of just $55 million. That was down 27% year over year. So is it still the black market? Is there just not a growth, that was expected? I don't know. The stock is down, and all of the industry has been really struggling and having a very difficult time making any type of consistent money.
All right, Mike, as always, have yourself a great weekend. It's Friday.
It is Friday.
Don't forget.
There we go.
Deep breath. There we are. All right, talk to you Monday. 6:17 is your time right now. We're talking about mental health, a major focus during this pandemic, but some experts worrying that the Asian community being left behind during a disturbing rise in anti-Asian racism. We'll bring you this story next.